Yet here I am, tracing the ghost of your skin. I burned the letters, cleared the frames of us, but your shadow lingers in the settling dust. One more time in my sleep, you return to me, a haunting melody, a bittersweet symphony. One more time, your touch, your voice, your grace. I wake up reaching for a phantom embrace. They say time heals, they say time is kind, but it only pressed you deeper into my mind. I'm not holding on, I just can't let go. It's the heaviest love I'll ever know.
I've memorized new faces, read 1,000 different lines, rearranged the hallways, tried to leave the past behind. I changed the way I look, I changed the story that I tell. But every road I wander leads me back into your spell. Every song I hear is just your voice in a new disguise. I'm still yours. I hate that I'm still yours. Through every false beginning, through every closing door, my hands have touched the surface of 100 brand new things. My eyes have seen the glory that a different morning brings. But darling, I am still yours. And God, I don't know why. I've stood in golden sunsets, watched them bleed into the grave, trying on new hopes to keep the memories at bay. But something in the hour, in the shadows, in the air, keeps whispering your name.
as if you're standing right there. Believe me, I have tried to fight the rising of the tide. I've climbed out of this feeling just to fall back down inside. But love like this, it doesn't ask for my permission. It stays lit like a lonely lamp, burning without a reason. It's a light in an empty house, and I'm the only one who knows I'm still yours. I hate that I am still yours. Through every false beginning, through every closing door, but darling, I am still yours. Don't ask me why. Still yours, still yours, always yours. In a stranger's laugh, I hear a melody. In a crowded street, I feel your gravity. The rain smells like the heavy coat you wore. An autumn breeze, your voice outside my door. I see the shape of you in everything, in morning light and every song they sing. You're in the pause between my every breath. The shape of you is all that I have left. I don't go looking, you just reappear in the margins of my books, in the morning air. I've stopped fighting it, I've found a quiet peace, and knowing that this love will never cease. I don't wanna see a shadow everywhere. I trade it all to have a day that's clear without your ghost beside me. But love never leaves, it just learns to wait so quietly in everything. In between my every breath, the shape of you is all that I have left. The shape of early light. The coffee for two I still make every night. The laugh track from the show that we used to watch sounds so hollow now, with just me on the couch. A ghost in the kitchen, a ghost in the hall. Your absence has a shape and it fills up the wall. I don't believe in hauntings, but look where we are. A ghost made of habits, of warmth, of the everyday. I still buy the cereal that only you'd eat. Set the table for two, though there's only one seat. These are the things no one tells you of loss, the small automatic motions I can't shake off. They say clean breaks are easier, but it's a lie. The heaviest grief is just ordinary life. Not the big moments, not the milestone days, but a Tuesday morning in a quiet haze. A ghost in the kitchen, a ghost in the hall. Your absence has a shape and it fills up the wall. I don't believe in hauntings, but look where we are. A ghost made of habits, of warmth, of the everyday. Just a ghost in the kitchen. I used to play the music just for the melody. Now every single song feels like a memory. The minor chords, the holding of a silent space, a heavy language that I have nowhere else to place. Every song was you, I couldn't help it. Every melody right, wearing your name. Every song was you, and I still play them. 'Cause losing you and losing music feel the same. But even upbeat rhythms carry the pain. There is no sanctuary left in the audio, just another echo of a teardrop in the rain. I tried the silence, but the silence is yours too. You live in the spaces of every note I knew. There is no frequency where you don't remain. So I let the music hold what I can't explain. Every song was you, I couldn't help it. Every melody arrived, wearing your name. Every song was you, and I still play them. 'Cause losing you and losing music feel the same. Every song was you. Every song.
I'm still waiting at the same old platform. Same wooden bench, same fading light. I know you're never on that evening train, but walking away feels too much like goodbye. The last train comes, and the last train goes, and every face that isn't yours just shows how deep this empty platform runs in me, waiting for a ghost train that's never meant to be. Your heavy coat is still behind the door. I haven't moved it, and God, I don't know why. Maybe I just need a little piece of you to prove that we were real before the tears ran dry. One day I'll let it go, I swear I will, but not tonight, not while the evening's still. Holding the station window open for you, the way you left my heart half open never quite through. The last train comes, and the last train goes, and every face that isn't yours just shows how deep this empty platform runs in me, waiting for a ghost train that's never meant to be. Waiting on the last train. I've changed every other thing about my life. New apartment, different street, a new morning light. I updated everything that carries a name, but there is just one thing I could never change. I kept your number, still saved, still right there, between the ones I call and the ones I swear I'll call. I kept your number, though I don't know what for. Maybe I just need to know there's still a door. Sometimes I type your name into the glowing screen and sit there staring at the empty space between. I never send a word I never mean to send. I just need to know the line hasn't reached its end. I don't need you to call, don't need you to come back. I just need to know that somewhere you exist, that in this lonely world your phone is on tonight, and that somewhere I am someone you don't miss. I kept your number, still safe, still right there, between the ones I call and the ones I swear I'll call. I kept your number, though I don't know what for. Maybe I just need to know there's still a door. Just to know you're there. The city looks the same as when you left it, but I walk through it so differently now. I know the quiet streets you loved, the cafe corners, and I avoid them all somehow. When you were here, I didn't know to hold it close. When you were here, I didn't know it all could end. When you were here, I took the light for granted. Now I'd give everything to have you here again. I see your friends, they ask me how I'm doing. I fake a smile and say I'm doing fine. But every time I hear your name in passing, it takes my breath and blurs the lines. I would just sit beside you doing nothing, sharing the silence of a Tuesday evening. I didn't know that nothing meant everything. I know it now. In every quiet thing, in every quiet thing. When you were here, I didn't know to hold it close. When you were here, I didn't know it all could end. When you were here, I took the light for granted. Now I'd give everything to have you here again. To have you here again. You were laughing at something I couldn't hear. Across the room, in the amber light, and I was learning every small detail of you, without you ever knowing I was there that night. From across the room, I loved you quietly, the way the moon loves daylight, distantly. You were never mine to reach for, never mine to keep. But from across the room, God, you were everything. You were I memorized way you hold your cup, the quiet pause before you start to speak. I know the things that make you laugh and make you quiet, and all of it is mine alone to keep. I never told you, and I never will. Some things are too precious to risk the spill, so I'll stay watching from my quiet side and love you the only way I know how. From outside, from across the room, I loved you quietly, the way the moon loves daylight distantly. You were never mine to reach for, never mine to keep, but from across the room, God, you were everything. From across the room, from across the room. I catch you in the corner of my eye. You're someone else's now, and that is fine. I wear a smile that cost me everything, and raise a glass from where you'll never see. Maybe in another life, behind another door, maybe in a world where I was brave before, we might have been meant to be, just not right here, right now. I love you from a distance, it's the only way I know how. I watch you laugh the way you used to do, that happiness looks beautiful on you. I stay inside the shadows of the room and quietly surrender to the gloom. If you knew the truth, would it change a single thing? Or would it just add weight to what we're carrying? So I will keep this safe where no one ever looks. A love without a page, unwritten in the books. Maybe in another life, behind another door, Maybe in a world where I was brave before, we might have been meant to be, just not right here, right now. I'll love you from a distance, it's the only way I know how. The only way I know how. Maybe in another life.
You gave me a second glance by the door. I smiled and looked away like I always do. I've been rehearsing what to say for years, but when you're near, I only practice losing you. A second glance is all I'll ever ask for. A moment where you almost knew my name. A second glance across a crowded evening. My whole heart held inside a single frame. The music plays so softly in the background. I watch you sip your glass and turn away. 100 words are dancing on my tongue right now, but silence is the only part I play. Sometimes I wonder what you might have said if I had smiled and crossed the room instead. But wondering is safer than the risk of a second glance becoming something I can't fix. A second glance is all I'll ever ask for. A moment where you almost knew my name. A second glance across a crowded evening. My whole heart held inside a single frame. Just a second glance. Just a second glance.
If I could tell you, I would tell you this, that every room I enter, it's you that I seek, that your name from a stranger still stops my heart, that I've loved you in silence, too afraid to speak. If I could tell you, I would tell you, but I can't find the door that leads to the words. If I could show you, I would show you a love kept so safe that it goes unheard. I watch from the edges, just out of the light, memorizing your laugh, the way that you smile. I carry your shadow through all of my days, and pretend I'm not breaking inside all the while. But if I told you what happens then, would love survive the speaking of its name? Some things only bloom when they stay unspoken. I'd rather keep the ache than risk the flame. If I could tell you, I would tell you, but I can't find the door that leads to the words. If I could show you, I would show you a love kept so safe that it goes unheard. I'd rather keep the ache. You didn't leave a letter or a reason, just a silence that swallowed every season. I searched my soul for what I might have done, and found 1,000 answers, none of them the one without a reason. I'm left standing here without a reason. The ending wasn't clear. I could have fought, I could have held on tight, but you were gone before I even knew to fight.
replaying that last evening in my mind. The ordinary words, the casual goodbye. If I had only known that night would be the last, I would have held you, God, I would have held you tight. The worst goodbyes are the ones you never know, the ones that wear the face of ordinary nights. I'd give it all to go back, not to change it, just to look at you one final time and mean it without a reason. I'm left standing here without a reason. The ending wasn't clear. I could have fought, I could have held on tight, but you were gone before I even knew to fight. Before I even knew to fight. Without a reason.
We said goodbye in pieces over months. A little less of us each time we met. Like a candle that you never blow out. You just stop lighting it till nothing is left. The longest goodbye is the one without a scene. No slammed doors, no tears, just the slow in-between. The soft fade of your name in my mornings. The longest goodbye, the quietest morning. There was no final night, no final word, just a slow loosening of all that we were. Like two hands that open, not deciding to, until one day the holding was completely through. What hurts the most is how we let it happen, without a fight, without a reason given. Two people slowly letting go of what they're holding, like is the one without a scene. No slammed doors, no tears, just the slow in between. The soft fade of your name in my mornings, the longest goodbye, the quietest morning, the quietest morning. The quietest morning.
You leave the same way every single time. Kiss my forehead, say I'll see you down the line. And every time I watch you from the window's glow, I wonder if this is the time you really go. There's something about the way you leave that makes me wanna beg you not to go. There's something about the way you say goodbye that makes another hello something I'll never know. I keep the coffee warm just in case you turn around, but all I hear is your engine fading out of town. You leave a lingering perfume in this empty space, a cruel little memory that I can't erase. Maybe I should ask you to just leave me clean. No gentle forehead kiss, no lingering in between. 'Cause the hope you leave behind is worse than being alone. It's enough to make me wait, but not enough to hold on. There's something about the way you leave that makes me wanna beg you not to go. There's something about the way you say goodbye that makes another hello something I'll never
giving up on this, I want you to know. I closed the door and let the quiet shadows grow. And you walked in like something I'd forgotten, a beautiful word I thought I'd never own. I found you late, but God, I found you when I wasn't looking, when the lights were few. I found you late, and every day I wake, I'm grateful that I found you, despite the wait. You didn't come with fanfare or a sign, no crashing thunder, just a quiet, peaceful line. You handed me a coffee, spoke so easily, and something deep inside me knew you instantly. I used to think arriving late meant missing out. Now I know that's what true love is all about. The ones who come when you forgot the lights, are the ones who stay until the end of time. I found you late, but God, I found you when I wasn't looking, when the lights were few. I found you late, and every day I wake, I'm grateful that I found you, despite the wait. Despite the wait, I finally found you. I used to rush headlong into everything, impatient for whatever love could bring. But with you, I find I'm moving so slow, holding something too precious to ever let go. I'm so careful with you, careful with your mornings, careful with the silence and the words you leave unspoken. I'm so careful with you, careful with your history, trying to be worthy of the trust you've given me. I pay attention to the way you breathe, a gentle rhythm that puts my mind at ease. I memorize the soft shadows on your face, and finally found my home inside this quiet space. I've broken things before without meaning to. I've walked away from hands that held me true, but something makes me wanna be the person that you see. I'm so careful with you, careful with your mornings, careful with the silence and the words you leave unspoken. I'm so careful with you, careful with your history, trying to be worthy of the trust you've given me. So careful with you, trying to be worthy of you.
It didn't come like lightning, like the old songs describe. No crashing thunder, no dramatic ride. It came just like a winter morning warms the snow, so slow you almost miss it. Then it's all you know. This is a slow burn, the best kind there is, the kind that starts as a warmth and quietly grows to this. A slow burn doesn't ask for everything at once. It simply takes its time and becomes the only one. We didn't rush the fire, we let the embers glow. We built it up from nothing, steady, deep and slow. Now every time I hold you, I feel the steady heat, a rhythm that's in sync with every single heartbeat. Give me the slow kind, the one that always holds, that doesn't burn so bright just to leave you cold. The kind still burning when the world is fast asleep, that gets into your bones and promises to keep. This is a slow burn, the best kind there is, the kind that starts as a warmth and quietly grows to this. Oh, slow prayed for you in a language I don't speak, in that half-awake hour before the sleep. Not in words, just a feeling, like a reaching hand. And then you came and helped me understand. You were right on time, not early, not before. You were right on time when I was ready for more. Every wrong turn brought me to this space. We're right on time, looks exactly like your face. I tried to force the rivers how to flow, but looking at you now, I see the grand design. Everything I lost was making sure you're mine. All the love I almost gave to the wrong ones kept itself for you. I finally understand it now. The waiting wasn't wasted. It was never empty. It was just a quiet build up to right now. You were right on time, not early, not before. You were right on time when I was ready for more. Every wrong turn brought me to this space where right on time looks exactly like your face. Right on time looks exactly like your face. This is what loving you feels like. The light stays the same, but the room feels new. The same old street, the same old window view, but everything is warmer since I found you. This is what loving you feels like. Not fireworks, not falling, not the end of days. This is what loving you feels like. The most ordinary grace. I used to think that love would arrive loud, some grand announcement to a waiting crowd. But here it is in coffee, in a quiet afternoon, in the soft way you say my name across the room. I used to think love would be louder than this. Now I know the largest love is in the small